This video has taken me so long to make because I procrastinated a lot, but there is a lot more to cover, so if this hits 30 likes, I'll definitely do another one. Let's say you've had this amazing concept that you've been dying to make, but you don't quite have the right budget, so what do? Well, assuming you have friends, you could ask them to help, and just hope that they know what they're doing, and even if they don't, they will learn eventually, right? So hopefully you'll make something amazing in the future, but what if you don't have friends? Let's imagine your favorite TV drama, but with no actors. You're probably thinking, well, this just seems impossible. Surely you'd need at least one actor for a TV drama, or there'd be no drama, right? Well, what you could do is have a bunch of inanimate objects interact with each other using stop motion, or even program everything within Blender to animate it digitally. The only problem with that is you probably don't have any experience. And where do you start? How long is this gonna take you to make? What if there's an app which effectively lets you program your own stories without any experience needed? And if you want to voice act, you can, but there are also automated voices you can use temporarily so you can just focus on developing the story. And in theory, this would be great if you had an idea, but you didn't know if it would work out, so you could essentially direct your own show with zero budget. All you would need is a phone or computer, and you're good to go. Celebrities in Plotagon is an animation series entirely voiced by text-to-speech, and so you might be wondering, okay, but what's so good about it? Well, in the span of 1 month, they had already uploaded 8 episodes, and it only took finding the right app to tell the story. And who knows, maybe this could become big one day and you'd be late to the trend. Look, here's the deal. If you want to become a filmmaker, or you just want to figure out a visual narrative for your new hit music video, you gotta know how to tell a story effectively, or people aren't going to care as much. So I'll show you this example, and maybe you will learn from it. Just bear with me. The first episode was uploaded on February 9th. There are quite a lot of side quests here, but a huge chunk of it seems to revolve around either Lizzie, an ordinary schoolgirl, and Drake, aka Mr. God's Plan. Lizzie meets Jessica at school, and they do what all teenagers do, and that's gossip. We move on. Suddenly, Scott's friend enters the conversation, and for some reason, Lizzie and Jessica are only shown one at a time between these two angles because the universe can't handle such a combination of people. Anyway, Lizzie has a crush on Scott, who is apparently one of the most popular boys in school. I have no idea why people like him, but okay. Then suddenly, Scott's girlfriend walks in. Dun dun dun!
Talk about my Scott again.
Yeah, this is a conundrum and a half. Sucks to be you, Lizzie. The teacher calls Scott's name for the register, but he is nowhere to be seen. Oh wait, he's just late. His girlfriend tells him to sit next to her, and this makes Lizzie sad. How will this resolve itself? Who knows? I do. I'm not going to tell you just yet though, but it gets spicy. Next, we pretty much have an epic compilation of celebrities in Plotagon without music. The police officer is startled to see Drake show up to be interrogated. Yes, because celebrities are held to extraterrestrial levels of expectation that we cannot understand because we're too busy stealing our parents' credit cards for V-Bucks and watching videos that reference extremely dead jokes.
Alright y'all, I'm about to check out. Confirm purchase. Let's go! Who's broke now? Who's broke now? Who's broke now?
Oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering why this is the title, it's because the program they used was literally called Plotagon. Yeah, I know, not the most creative title, but let's see how Lizzie's doing. Well, it's already after school when Lizzie's mom tells her that
Beyonce is starting a new life in Plotagon.
And Lizzie is surprised, although it's very hard to tell by the tone of her voice, but trust me, this is what surprise sounds like.
Really? Wow.
Now, a lot of the story revolves around the celebrities Drake, Jay-Z, and Tekashi 6ix9ine, who are all a gang that do gang shit together, and they call themselves Spite Boys. Wait, isn't that a cartoon or something? Ooh, new characters. I believe that's meant to be Justin Bieber, and he is apparently not very happy with his new house.
Yeah, it seems like a nice place.
Or maybe he is. I really can't tell. Drake stops by at a local pub, and Walter White from Breaking Bad tells him the pub is closed. Okay, I made that up, but wouldn't it be funny though? I'm sad now. It is meant to be Joe Rogan, but everybody knows if you shine a light on their heads at just the right angle, you won't be able to tell the difference.
I know you. You're Joe Rogan.
Joe gives Drake the slow, silent clap. I guess Drake has selective hearing now. He just chose not to hear it. Imagine people could do that. You wouldn't need to charge your AirPods. Drake has an idea. He should turn this entire pub into a restaurant. I love this new plot for Breaking Bad. In the meantime, let's have a look at what Cardi B and Beyonce are up to. Cardi needs a place to stay because she's rich and famous, which clearly means she can't get her own place. So of course, Beyonce firmly agrees. Back to Drake and Josh. Oh, Wrong show. Jay-Z. They finally meet with Tekashi 6ix9ine, who sadly does not have the rainbow hair we all know and love. This is so sad. Drake doesn't seem to know what he's doing, yet he promised Joe Rogan that he would help by providing his business with more alcohol. And Jay-Z seems to know someone who can help. He quickly realizes how keen Drake is to impress this guy, and it turns out he just wants to take over the restaurant to provide for the gang with more money. The plot thickens. Who can we trust? Okay, so let's just quickly recap on what we've learned so far. Lizzie has a crush on Scott, who already has a very intimidating girlfriend. Scott is also a bad boy and doesn't care much for rules, which I guess is what makes him attractive. I don't know. Teens are weird. Drake, Jay-Z, and Tekashi 6ix9ine make up a gang called Spite Boys. Also, Justin Bieber exists. Cardi B moves in with Beyonce, and Drake's pretty much in the middle of a game of Monopoly. One thing I've noticed is how the episodes have gotten progressively longer over time. Initially, they were around 10 to 15 minutes, but as you can see, the more recent ones are around 20 to 30 minutes long. Now, regarding my own content, it takes me a very long time to get new videos out, but it also takes a lot more dedication to make them. And that's only because I've got my game set to max difficulty because I'm after that sweet XP. That, and I want to look after people, including my partner who lives halfway across the globe in real life, but like nobody cares. I think it's worth mentioning the character customization. I mean, they're pretty damn close to who they're trying to represent. Although Lizzie is the equivalent to the default skin in Fortnite, while the celebrities are rich enough to buy the season pass. You suck. But they're moving into the world of Plotagon, so in a way, not personalizing Lizzie's skin is the reason this whole thing actually makes sense. The celebrities with the season pass are the new people around town. You see, I thought there was some sort of limitation since Jay-Z has hair in this, but then I downloaded the app and realized, holy shit, there are way too many options, and that's when I googled Jay-Z and realized he actually does have hair. I'm just delusional. I thought that maybe bald people were cursed to be bald forever. It's like seeing Vsauce without a beard. It's all wrong. The second episode was uploaded just 2 days later and appropriately starts off with a recap that takes up about a third of the entire video. As you can see, Walter White from Breaking Bad does not like waiting. Drake turns up with a whopping 300 bottles of alcohol for his restaurant. From where? He probably made a blood sacrifice to Satan or something, but who cares? Meanwhile, Jay and 6ix9ine are staying at a motel. Sure, why not? I can't tell if they're rich or poor at this point. And apparently, they're planning to party near the woods. Little did they know, a forest fire interlude was about to take place, and Justin Hughes would have not appreciated this. Oh, Bieber, you're back, and you're about to walk to school with, I presume, Selena Gomez, who really wants to get good grades. Selena mentions the Spite Boys being in town, you know, the famous trio led by Drake. Breaking Bad man wants to know how his pizza tastes. Tasty. Jay enters the building and casts a secret spell to make Walter White disappear as
Skedaddle, skedoodle! Your dick is now a noodle!
Drake pops back into existence to tell him that they can have the party here. Remember the party that he was talking about happening in the forest? Well, it's happening here now. Finally, Jay leaves and the spell wears off. Meanwhile, Justin has finally confessed his love for Tekashi. They get into a little fight until Michael from Vsauce turns up and gives them both a detention. You legend. He goes back to his classroom and Scott, aka Lizzie's crush, tries to convince Michael that the Spite Boys might not actually be that bad, but the funny science guy would rather see them leave the city for good. So do you remember Lizzie from the very start? Well, she's back at home and according to her mum, Scott is coming over today and well, this caught her off guard. Apparently he's coming over because his mum wants to talk to her mum. Sure, that suffices. Totally saw that coming. Beyonce is sitting at a restaurant with Cardi B. They're about to order, but then they notice Drake and start worrying about whether the rest of the Spite Boys have turned up. Walter here wants to make Drake in charge alongside him. Just picture them at the top of the members list as Discord admins who have no life. The girls are not happy now. They've seen them shake hands, another Spite Boy just showed up, it's game over. Lizzie's mum eventually meets Scott's mum and I don't see Lizzie anywhere. Wait, never mind, I forgot. In this world, only 2 people are allowed to have a conversation at once or the universe will spontaneously cease to exist. So Scott needs a partner for the science fair. Yeah, the thing we were definitely made aware of beforehand and wasn't just put there for some kind of plot convenience. Yeah, that would be ludicrous. And to my surprise, Lizzie very kindly denies the offer. Okay, obviously she accepted it, but wouldn't it be funny? Now keep in mind, Scott already has a romantic partner, so this is where the plot do be thick as fuck, boy! The girls from earlier decide to leave. That's fine. Girls are stupid anyway. Okay, please don't cancel me. I haven't even told you about my latest song, Make It Work, which is out now on all streaming platforms. Don't you want to hear it? It's so catchy. Look at the comments. Back at the pub, 6ix9ine decides he's got homework to be doing, so he leaves early. Drake explains that he made 6ix9ine go to school because he needs education. What an incredibly thoughtful parent. Proud owner of the Proud Dads Association. I'm so proud of him. So, if this wasn't already clear enough, nobody likes the Spite Boys because they're criminals. But Jay reckons this girl is into him, and well, because of the limitations of the app, it really does look like she's into it. Turns out she's bipolar and suddenly hates him again. Mr. Heisenberg is not having any of this, so he gives Jay a firm push. Jay slaps back, and fucking Jennifer Lopez shows up as a cop, as if she somehow knew this was going to happen in that very moment. What is your secret, Jennifer Lopez? Cardi and Beyonce are fuming. They just had the worst night ever, all because the baddies wanted to be there. SMH my head. Cardi asks Beyonce why she broke up with Jay, and well, I guess this answer makes sense.
So why did you and Jay break up?
Cardi, look at him.
Oh, I see your point.
Why would I date a prick like him?
I certainly wouldn't.
But it doesn't explain why she started dating him in the first place. Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Drake is a little sus, being a leader of a problematic gang and now co-owns a restaurant with Baldy's Basics.
That's me.
He's also a proud dad of Tekashi 6ix9ine. Lizzie is kind of dating Scott, even though Scott is kind of already taken. Also, hi, I'm Jay-Z and I'm legally obligated to inform you that I'm a registered sex offender.
State of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you.
The next episode was uploaded on February 12th, only a day after the previous. That is incredible. Good job. Although this time the recap takes up half the entire video. I'm beginning to spot a pattern here. It starts off with Drake being a proud dad as usual, but then Tekashi 6ix9ine mentions his science fair. Drake starts thinking deeply about something. What is he plotting in Plotagon? The Plotagon plot is thickening. Plot again! So stupid.
War never.
Justin's girlfriend, I assume? The reason this is relevant is because it gets very complicated in a minute. Well, she thinks he's being childish about his hatred for the Spite Boys. Remember when he got into trouble with Tekashi and then Vsauce stepped in? Of course you do. It's Vsauce, Michael here. Well, after that conversation, this next bit gets questionably interesting. Justin's girlfriend, Selena, doesn't get why the Spite Boys are so hated, and well, long story short, Selena wants to go to the science fair with Tekashi 6ix9ine. There is just so much drama waiting to explode in our faces right now. It feels as if everyone is cheating on everyone. The police is back at the restaurant again, and she really can't stop harassing the Spite Boys. Science class. Apparently Scott is meeting his girlfriend afterwards, so I guess he'll have to be quick with the non-date with Lizzie. There are seriously... There's just too many... What the fuck? Scott then asks Justin if he's started his science project. Not yet, but then when Scott asks him who his partner's going to be, Justin said he will ask Selena. But Selena is already going with Tekashi, and Tekashi is one of the Spite Boys, and Justin hates the Spite Boys. What's going on here? Jay-Z appears to be dealing with this other guy. I am so confused. And then Jennifer Lopez shows up out of nowhere again as a police officer in the middle of the fucking woods. The dude leaves and she wonders who he is. This entire video, I've been assuming pronouns. You can clearly tell one of them gave the other something, most probably illegal drugs, but there's no real way to know at the moment. We move on. This lady is very surprised to see Drake working at the bar, and I forget who that is. But it's a familiar face. Okay, this scene is so confusing, right? You got Lizzie and Scott on the sofa ready to work, then Selena enters with Tekashi. What are they doing in what? No, what? Why are they in the same building? We cross-cut back to see what happens on Drake's end, and he decides to take a seat next to the lady we mentioned a minute ago. Wait, is that Lizzie's mum? Wait a minute.
Beyonce is starting a new life in Plotagon.
Oh my god, it is. That is genuinely a live reaction, by the way. So anyway, Drake tries to convince her to let 6ix9ine stay at Lizzie's mum's house because Drake sees that 6ix9ine has been studying really well and doesn't want him to get distracted at home. I swear, Drake just wants to be a good father at this point. Maybe it's some personal issue of his we're just not talking about, but I don't know. There is a lot of mystery in this. But this does kind of explain why all of these people are in the same building. 6ix9ine is currently with Selena and they kiss before saying goodbye. Well, that just complicates everything, doesn't it? Oh, it would be so convenient if he... I really can't tell if he was already in a romantic relationship relationship with Selena before this, but he is incredibly protective over her for some reason. I guess he does hate the Spite Boys, but still, kind of ambiguous. And then Selena tells Justin to get out, like, what, just the room or out of the house? This is episode 3, by the way. Episode 3. What am I getting myself into? I'm unironically quite interested to see what happens afterwards. This probably wouldn't have ever been finished if it weren't for my partner. Their name is Circuit and I love them more than my chocolate milks. Extra points if you can guess which parts they edited. And also, yes, it's chocolate milk, not hot chocolate. You absolute libtards.